Hi, my name is Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Metra double on a square base table lamp. This is the 268421, and I happen to have one right here, so we can go over all the details together. Let's go over the size of it to begin with. 26.5 inches, and that's going to be from the table to the very top of the shade. Footprint, this part right here is coming in at 5 inches by 5 inches, has some little feet on it. So because there's space down here, you can actually kind of turn this anywhere you want, because you'll notice it's kind of asymmetrical in its design. So it looks kind of different from different angles. The overall left to right is really coming in at the diameter of the shade. So we'll take the shade off right now, start going over some of that. It's going to be a 17-inch bottom diameter conic shade. And just so you know, this is a finial. This is going to be in your parts bag. Little thing there. 17 across the bottom. The top of it is 6.5 in diameter, and then going up the slope is going to be 11 inches. And this is Hubbardton Forge's Natural Anna fabric on here, which is a true white. It's not a cream. It's not a light gray. It's a true white. It's going to let a lot of light come through it. It's also going to be a neutral, so it's not going to interfere with the design of the fixture itself. And the inside of this has a white lining so light can actually bounce down as well. The top of it's called a spider, and the spider is always going to be black. The actual socket and the harp, and this is the socket, this is the harp, this is the turn knob, are always going to be in a gunmetal gray, so something you might want to know about. Let's talk about that socket. So, socket's going to be not a three-way. Those are the older sockets that were around when incandescent bulbs were a big deal. Now we're using LEDs, and you're going to be able to use dimmable LEDs in this because it's actually got a dimmer built into the bottom of this. There's a microchip here, and you'll hear it click. It goes on full power, and to turn it off, you just turn it back and hear it click again. So it's very cool. Nice to use these things because you have all these great LEDs to play with. You'll notice that Hubbardton Forge is saying that you are going to be using an A19 bulb in this, and it's kind of a legacy bit of information. A19s are this smaller bulb. We all had these growing up. They used to be 60 and 75 watt back in the day, incandescent. Now we're doing LED versions of these. This is more old school. This is kind of the newer one, and the newer ones are called phosphorus. They're clear. They have a bunch of these little lines running through. So I have found these up to 150 watt equivalent at a Walmart in Rutland, Vermont, of all places. So if I can find them, you can find them. They were in the color temperature that I like. They were dimmable, all kinds of good things. It came in a 4-pack. They weren't expensive, so I thought that was pretty good. I think they're either Westinghouse or General Electric. This will also fit in this. So it says an A19, like I said before. You put it in, there's tons of space here between that and the top of the harp. An A20 bulb you can also use in this too if you want to do an LED. So it'll also fit just like that. You can find these more probably online, an A20 or an A21, or like at a Lowe's or a Home Depot, possibly an Ace Hardware or something like that. So that'll fit great too. These I found up to 150 watt equivalent, sometimes a 200 watt equivalent online if you guys look around a bit. So that's kind of cool too. This is 4 pounds, so it's pretty substantial. Your cat is probably not going to knock this over. Why don't we talk a bit about let's talk about color temperature of these lights, because we talk about that in every video when we talk about LEDs. They're going to offer these to you in 2700 Kelvin. That's going to be super yellow on the orange side for the light coming out of them. They're also going to offer these to you in something called daylight, which sounds like a warm white light, like a sunlight. It's not. Daylight is actually that bluish white light, overcast day, hospital waiting room light. That's going to be 4,000, 5,000 Kelvin on that Kelvin scale. What we like to use in our showroom is called warm white or soft white, and that's going to be 3,000 Kelvin. So that's a nice white that's coming down on my hands right now. The LEDs above, which are this guy, are actually 3,000 Kelvin, and they're pushing down a really nice warm light, just like an incandescent glow we all grew up with. So that's what I would probably go for. So my choice on this would probably be to maybe start off with a 60 watt equivalent, 75 watt equivalent, maybe 100 watt equivalent LED. If you have to go higher than that, you can kind of venture into those other bulbs like we talked about. And then choose your color temperature that you're looking for. We like 3,000 Kelvin. Really important that you buy a dimmable bulb. Let's get into metal finishes now. If you are on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over in the red tabs with the pictures in them over there. You're going to see a Finishes Help Guide tab. Open that up for me. It's going to be a video there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes, how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be referencing a chart just down below. So scroll down a little bit. You're going to see a chart. You can click on that chart. So you can click on dark smoke. You can click on soft gold. doesn't matter. Big page will pop up showing you lots of different things in that finish. You can go back to the chart and you'll notice there's letters A's on them, letter B's on some of those things, and that's going to be showing you this range of variants that you can expect to see on different translucent finishes, but I'll talk about all of that in the video, okay? Okay, showroom. Our showroom in Vermont has over 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. No other showroom is like this. Hubbardton Forge doesn't even have their own showroom. They use this one. What's on display? We have a great tab on that. And those same red tabs, you're going to see a what's on display page. So open that up. It's going to show you everything we have on display, and including which finish, which shade, all of those things, and what kind of glass it's on there. We're open every day except Sunday, 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have an amazing clearance center. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued stuff, showroom samples. You have to come here to use it. Can't call us or email us about it, but it's definitely worth coming in to look at if you're in Vermont. Plus you want to use the showroom anyway because there's just so much great stuff here to see. Our number in Vermont, 802-446-2400. You can email us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Love to answer emails, and it's sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. So when you order from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is going to be free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. And we're the only dealer with 90-day returns, no restocking fee. Nobody else does that. Some larger items are going to be non-returnable. It's going to be really important that you are looking at the fixture on that page and kind of scroll down under the description. It'll tell you if that is the case. And that's usually for really big, giant, huge fixtures, mostly that go out on pallets. Okay, that's it. Rush program. Let's talk about that. So rush program, Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to go out the door. That's production time before your transit time. You always have to add that on too. We offer a rush program that takes you from that 3 to 4 weeks down to a little under 2 weeks. It's a very small addition per line item. So if you have like 1, 2, 3 items, like let's say 3 or 4 outdoor sconces, and they're all the same size and they're all the same finish, that's one line item. So it's very inexpensive to rush those kind of things. Don't be afraid to email us and ask about that. Okay, so that's really it. If you guys have any other questions, let us know. We would love to see you in our showroom sometime. And thanks for stopping in.